And then we'll also do the continuous probability distribution. Here we'll only deal with the normal distribution. Normal distribution. Then you use them now in statistical analysis. So after probability and probability distributions, we will deal with sampling and sampling distribution. Because statistics, the foundation of statistics is sampling. And then the sampling distributions. Now those up, and then lastly, estimation theory. The theory of estimation. Again, not mathematical estimation, but to use the models that you have learned in sampling and sampling distribution in the area of estimation. So up to there, probability, sampling and sampling distribution, estimation theory is a basic knowledge that you require to link descriptive statistics, which you will have done in your assignment, or whose knowledge you already have, to the major component of this course, which is inferential statistics. So without those 4 items, introduction to probability, sampling and sampling distribution, and estimation theory, inferential statistics will not make sense to you, and hence we must cover them. Then a link inferential with descriptive. Then now you will know how to apply statistics to model and make business decisions. So on inferential, we will first start with introduction to statistical inference, sometimes called hypothesis testing. That's what it's sometimes, in fact, in your course text, it is basically called hypothesis testing. Hypothesis testing, which now takes us to the test of hypothesis. And we will there know what hypothesis is, what you are testing for, and you later on you realize that what you are testing for is basically in the descriptive statistics domain. And hence you must ensure that you finish the assignment, the group assignment, so that you are up to speed with the descriptive statistics. So there we'll do tests, various tests for single means and proportions, tests for differences between means and proportions, for small and sample tests. They're all there in the course outline. And that will be it for business statistics with respect to those tests. Single mean for small and large samples, differences between means and proportions for small and large samples, and that will be it. There, we will employ the use of SPSS, just like in descriptive statistics and assignment, where you also deal with SPSS and Excel. Use Excel. I'll give you the Excel tool. That one I'll give you today, so that you add it and be ready, awaiting its use. You can also practice with it when you're doing your group assignment, of course, though your group assignment will be written. Then after inferential statistics, you do the last thing, which is predictive statistics. Predictive statistics. Those who are IT, Sophie, you know the current skills, that knowledge and skill that ICT applications is in an area of analytics. You cannot be able to deal with issues related to analytics if you have no knowledge of statistics. Descriptive, inferential, and predictive. You cannot. So if your hope is to be well grounded in the area of business analytics, business intelligence, among other things, then you must make sure that you understand this course fully, because that's the foundation of analytics. And one of the area in analytics that is now gaining currency is predictive analytics. Predictive analytics uses a statistical tool called correlation and regression. Correlation and regression. You must understand the theory of regression to be able to perform predictive analytics in IT, big data analysis. So that will be the last part of this course. Correlation and regression analysis, both simple regression and multiple regression. Again, we'll employ SPSS. We'll also employ Excel. And that will be the end of this course. Your course text, which covers every chapter of that course text, covers all these topics, is an ebook. That ebook, the link is already uploaded on the Blackboard. And I hope you saw it. Is it there? Did you see a link on an ebook, the Blackboard, this course? Hello? Did you?
Yes.
Yes, that course, that you don't have to go to the library. The course text is there, beautiful course text, easy to read, non-mathematical. Read that course text as you read every slide I've given you. Read that course text as you deal with every slide. Because I've aligned them, incidentally, I've aligned them. What's in the course text and your presentations from lecture 1 up to lecture 14. You can also print. I don't want you to print. I don't know why you want to print it anyway. That you can if you want to print it. But I do not know why. Because it will be there. You can use it for as long as you're at USIU. You can also download it and save it without a problem. So that is the course text for this course. It's on the Blackboard, so you don't need to go to the library. If library you want to go to. And again, because of COVID, I don't think you want to go and borrow books from the library and take them home. Use that course text as it is. So that is the course outline, which is there. Which I will just summarize the course outline. It's later. Summarize the course outline. Any query up to there? Now, let's go to the details of the Blackboard now. The Blackboard, there's no theory here. I'm just telling you what will be there. Now, when you enter Blackboard today, the landing page is announcements. I made the landing page so that you can see the schedule, the schedule for the semester. I'll change the landing page to week 1. But again, I'm thinking of leaving the landing page to announcements. But every time you want to go to the course, you go to the course content, you select the appropriate week, and you get the materials there. They'll be there up to week 14. They'll be there up to week 14. So the course text will be changing, but mostly I will leave it on announcements. That's because that's when there's an announcement, you can get it there. You check. If there's none, you go to the course content. We'll also give the schedule for what you'll do per week. And the dates of mid-semester, the dates of submission of assignments, etc., etc. And those dates, please note them, because those are the dates that the links will expire when the date expires, as it were. So I think that is it on the Blackboard. Who is using the Blackboard for the first time here? Who is using the Blackboard for the first time?
I'm using it for the first time.
Yeah, but you're fine, is it?
Yeah, so far, yes.
Yeah, there's nothing. There's nothing. You just access it the way you normally access every other application. If you have challenges, you call. But I also know that university normally trains people, the ICT people.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, they take you through the Blackboard. There's nothing major in it. And if you have a challenge, you're in groups.
Yes.
It's better in your groups, and with your colleagues. It's easy that way, rather than going to a USIU class. It's easier
Yes.
discuss with your group members. They know better. Those who have been at USIU for some, the alumni there, they'll tell you, they'll show you how to use it. It's easier there.
Yes.
How many of you have used SPSS before? SPSS. Yes, Sarah, have you used SPSS?
No.
Elizabeth, have you used SPSS?
No.
Now, again, university will train you. It's a class of, I think, 300 students normally, I'm aware. You don't have to go there, but you go, just go and test, but we'll give you a comprehensive lecture on how to use SPSS, that when the time comes. But when the university puts a notice on the blackboard that this SPSS training, go and attend. It's normally at a very good time, I know, where everybody can attend. Just go and attend, sit there, it's 300 students, I know, normally over on the blackboard. Just still listen. But then now when you come now to this class, we'll also take you through a brush of and see how we can assist you. I think that is easier. So that's not a problem. Just attend, but when we'll clarify other things, if there's challenges, again, this will better learn here as we do. We learn by doing. But when the SPSS matter should not even scare you. If you know how to use this Excel, MS Office, then you have no problem with SPSS, apart from the functionalities. So that really, to me, is what it is, at least because you do it for statistics. That's why you're taken through SPSS for purposes of statistics. But you can. So I want us to now. I know some of you are using your phones, aren't you? You're using a phone, eh? Who's using a phone here? Yeah. Don't use a phone in this course. Don't use a phone. I know you can use a phone. I am aware. I've even seen people driving, when they're driving, they're attending class, which is fine. But I know you are just wasting time. I'm aware. I know you are in class and I know you are enjoying people you see. But there's so many things you're not seeing, you know. You cannot be able to do anything in Excel on a phone. You can never be able to do anything you can never draw it. You can never. If I tell you now to construct a component bar diagram in Excel or in SPSS, or I tell you to calculate, make some calculations in Excel or SPSS, because that will have Blackboard for writing, Excel, you cannot. So you'll just be wasting time. By the time the semester is ending, I'm telling you, now you are doing an exam and you start writing, you will not know what you're writing. Use a laptop. Just use a laptop. I know the university allows you to use it. They tell you just use a phone if you want to, because that's a gadget you have. Don't use a phone. But if it's a course where people are just talking stories, stories like, I don't know which courses you're doing, people are just talking in these courses, the qualitative ones. Human resource management. Yes, you can use a phone. That's when you can use a phone. HRM. But here, finance, economics, if you read, don't use a phone. Just go to a laptop. Just get a laptop and sit down. Go to the lecture. Because these courses are technical. And I know the challenges you will have if you used a phone throughout the semester. I know. You will not know. In fact, you will not submit anything. I can tell you. I can tell you. That is an experience, I can tell you, I know. So just use a laptop or a desktop or whatever you know you can allow you to interchange between applications, from Excel to Word to SPSS to Blackboard quickly, because that's anticipated here in this course. Those interchanges, we'll deal with them. So that is key in this course. So I want you to open your SPS, to open your Excel. open Excel. Sorry. The registration in this course, registration. The only way you register here is via the chart. You see a chart here. Eh? The way you register here is you write your name as is in the register and your ID. Every time you come, just type in your name as it appears in the university ID and the ID. Because I'm recording this. Then the class reps will be given those ones. I will give them the recordings of your registration. Then, of course, I will also have given them the Excel sheet for the entire semester for marking people present or absent. So that you need to do now, registration via charts, which is saved for the entire semester. What again is saved here, because we are on recording, what again is saved, which is also important, just as the registration, is now the presentations. All of these presentations will come to you, but they'll not come to you as a video, the way it is here. They'll come to you as a YouTube link. I convert these presentations into YouTube link. YouTube link, which will be open for you, not for the public, but for you who are registered in the course. So at the end of every course, after the recording of the video is complete, I will convert them into YouTube link, which will get the following day or the same day if the recording for this is over. The same day, I will send that link to your class rep. The class rep will send it to you in your WhatsApp group. So today, the class reps we are going to get here will form a WhatsApp group, create a WhatsApp group link here, which you will join all of you. Because that's where you'll get all communications to the class reps. A YouTube link for every lecture. And then, of course, you open the YouTube link, you go, you listen to the recordings of the lecture, not to the video. The video is heavy. You will not be able to send it to you from Blackboard. So if there's a delay, just because of the recordings, but it should come to you the same day of the lecture. We'll have gotten a YouTube link that you can now use for each course, If you go to my channel in the YouTube link, you'll find the recordings of last semester anyway. You'll find them, but I've deleted most of them. The ones that people are not subscribing to public. So that here you will just record for you yours, which you will use in this course. So that's how you will get the recordings now together with your presentations. If the recordings sometimes are corrupted, because sometimes they're corrupted, I can tell you. Just use the presentations on the Blackboard. Because sometimes the recordings are corrupted, they cannot be converted, and we don't miss out on that. So just use the presentations, because it's the same thing. One is in audio, the other one, of course, will be or just on PowerPoint. So those are the learning resources that are recorded here. So then, now, class rep, who can volunteer to be a class rep? Volunteer. Who volunteers to be a class rep? I want a volunteer. Class rep is leadership. Volunteer. Yes, Patience.
Hello.
Yes, volunteer, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good. Show us your face. That one you must show us.
Well, I'm not in a position to right now, but in the course of the lessons, I will.
Yes, the next time, coming to class is like going to church, Yeah. You can't tell the pastor that now you are not ready to pray. I know. And then, but you will. Next time you just come ready to show us your face, because it's important. Sometimes because when you're asking questions, we want you to show up randomly. That's why we are testing whether it's our student attending class, I will be telling you to show your faces, because sometimes we get foreigners attending classes here, They enjoy this course, then they go and do an exam at KU, because they are online. We know. So you'll be doing this randomly, not all the time. So that's fine. When you are ready, you will show us your face, and then now, so that's Patience is our class rep. She's there, Jerry, number 663594. That's the chief class rep. Now, I know this class. This class has got a dying community, normally dying, finished. That community is male. The males are normally fewer in this class. They are normally plus Wanjohi. Then we have got here Godfrey. Then where's another male here? They're normally not more than 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and they will not go far. There will not be many. They're very few, and we know the reason why, which we'll deal with in the future. So males are very few here. So, where's Nadi? This guy. And Godfrey.
Yes.
Yeah. So you're deputy class rep,
I am. Okay.
Yeah. You see, that's the minority I'm talking about. No, you are finished. You are finished, my brother. You are finished, Finished. Go on, kaput. Males are dying.
Okay.
So just represent your minority colleagues. You are the deputy to Njeri, and you'll see what to do. We'll tell you what to do. So they're also defined in your rule book as student. But you'll see.
No problem.
So that's fine. So Njeri and Godfrey. Now these are class reps. Groups will now form your group, nominate your group leaders. In the groups, of course, now not including these two, the group leaders in those groups that are formed, God willing, by this weekend, and then you receive an email. So that's it. So now I think you can now sign in to the chat, all of you, for class attendance. The way Njeri signed in there, based using your name and your number. So that's it. So now let's go to. I want you to open your get your Excel. I want to give you some instruction on Excel. You see that? Hello?
Yes, we can see it.
Yes.
Good. So Excel, you go to file. Just note that. Another file, you get a pull down menu. You click on the pull down menu. Options on the pull down menu. Options. Click on options on the pull down menu. Done so? Then you will get a dialog box. Read what is when you click on options is active. What do you get? Dialog box. There's a column there, general, going down. What do you see? Are you seeing add in somewhere? Add in somewhere.
Add-ins, yes.
So I'll repeat. You start from file, click on options, you get a dialog box. You click on that dialog box below there somewhere you'll see add-ins. Now Excel has add-ins apps that you only activate when you need them. When you don't need them, you remove them. So I want you to click on add-in. Add-in. What do you see? Tell me what you see. When you click on add-in.
Active applications add-ins.
active application add-ins. Which ones are there?
Analysis tool pack.
Analysis tool pack. Click on analysis tool pack. Done so. Just click it. Don't have to bother. Just click it. Now below on the horizontal bar down, you are seeing somewhere it indicated go. Are you?
Yeah.
Click on go. You done so? You done so?
Yes.
For me, I'm still, my Excel is still not
Okay,
responding.
So I'll start, then you write what I'm saying. You go to file, pull down menu, you select options, you click on options. I know there's an add-in on file also, but don't click on that add-in on the file option. Click on file, then you click on options, then you get a dialog box.
Yeah.
Dialog box you'll get on the far left. If you look at the menu items there below, there is an add-in item. You click on that add-in. You click on it until you get another dialog box. You got it? Then now you can now click on analysis tool pack. Because you just click on it, then it will be active. You just highlight it. Analysis tool pack. Then you go below on the horizontal bar below, you click on go. Then you will get, so when you click on go, what do you get? Somebody tell me, what do you get when you click on go?
Analysis tool pack, analysis tool pack, VBA.
Beautiful.
Eurocurrents tools, solver add-ins.
Beautiful. So for business students, you only need the two of those things. You only need analysis tool pack and solver. Solver is for other users. We use it elsewhere. So all of them are not checked. They are not ticked. So if you want, the one you want is the one you take. Here we want only analysis tool pack. So click on take analysis tool pack.
And there are two, analysis tool pack VBA.
VBA is Visual Basic. That is for IT students. You analysis tool pack without VBA.
All right.
Then you see some OK somewhere, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
Good. So click on OK.
So we don't click the solver add-in.
No. So you don't need it. Solver add-in, I know those are for other things, for other courses, which you don't. Which is not for you. That's for undergraduate.
Okay.
So now click on that. You done that?
Yeah.
Good. Now you have added it in. You are done. How do you know you are done? You go to your menu item, up, horizontal bar. You have file, then followed by what? Are you seeing data somewhere on the menu item?
Yes. Yeah.
Data. Menu, the normal menu, the horizontal menu for Excel,
Yes.
Are you seeing data?
Yes.
Click on data. You done that?
Yes.
Go to the far right at the end. Under data submenu, you see something on data analysis. Can you see that?
Yes.
Which was not there actually. Before you added it, it was not there. I can tell you. It was not there. So click that data analysis. Click it. Done so?
Yes. Yeah.
What do you get now? Read the things you get.
Data analysis, single factor, two factor with replication, two factor without replication, correlation, covariance.
I'll tell you what correlation will do here. Continue.
Descriptive statistics.
That you will do
exponential,
here.
Exponential smoothie, F-test, two sample for variances.
All those things. Let me just summarize for you.
Histogram.
That is what you do in SPSS. All those things. Those are just macros, Excel macros. Attempts were made to create Excel macros for SPSS, LPSS procedure. It has limitations. That's why we rarely use it. But it's good. It's a starting point. It's normally a starting point. But the same output you get here is the same output you get in SPSS. But of course, with serious limitations. But it's always good to have it, because in some organizations, you don't need rigorous analysis. You only want to use Excel to run some basic analysis. So Excel is available everywhere. SPSS is expensive, 3-point-something million Kenya shilling. I mean, the current version, you don't want to go there. So if you want to just use basic analysis in your organization, or you want to do some basic analysis here for academic purposes, you can use Excel, but with serious limit. And I'll show you the limitations of SPSS, of Excel. That's why people prefer SPSS or Stata or eViews, those statistical packages. But that is a starting point. So now, if you don't want that data analysis tool pack there, you'll go back the same way you started. You getting me? Then when you reach analysis tool pack, you remove that tick.
Okay.
Then you do okay, then you'll have removed it. Now you put another one, probably solver. Or you can put both of them if you want both of them, if you know what to use a solver for, among other things. So those are the tools that you use, which are equivalent to SPSS. That's fine. If you have a challenge, we'll still take you through that when you'll be, but you need to just go there and we'll still take you back to show you how to activate that appropriate application here. Any question, please?
So for the SPSS, will we be able to get the application, because not most of us have it on our laptops?
No. You use, I'll tell you now, good question. Beautiful question. Beautiful question. Which one do you have?
I have Excel only.
SPSS?
No.
I'll tell you what to do. If you look at your fee structure, you're paying for software, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And nobody will remove it because you have it. Nobody will reduce your fee because you have SPSS. You have SPSS somewhere in your organization. And you know why? Because the university has the latest version of SPSS that they do. So I'd rather that whether you have SPSS in your organization, use the university one. Use the USIU one. And how do you use the USIU one? On the Blackboard, that's a very good question. I'm going to post how to install SPSS remotely at home. Remotely. Of course, with VPN. We have to also install VPN to allow you to access the university resources externally. Yeah. So you'll be able to install VPN, then install SPSS, and use it wherever you are. I will post it to the Blackboard on the announcement. So that even before the time that you are being told to install, you are being taken through the installation process, you will have installed it. So I'll say the VPN and the instructions for installing SPSS. Then now you can now access SPSS out there. You can also access library resources out there through VPN, among other things. But library will take you through that. But for me, my objective is installation and the use of SPSS from the university server, wherever it is. I think that answers your question.
Thank you.
So that one you'll check somewhere on the class rep. If you don't see it, just tell me, because we do many things. You may just forget. So then, any other question, please? Now, this course is fully online, fully, fully online. I'm told that some students were saying, no, we want to do statistics face to face. I'm not coming there. I'll not be there. And I told them, I'll not appear. You know why? You know why? Will you want to appear face to face?
No.
No, don't try. Don't even bother. I will not come. I told the dean I will not come. I will not come. I will not appear. Well, I don't want to die. You see that? I want to live up to 2022, you know. So this course is as enjoyable on online as it is on face-to-face. In fact, it's better here, face-to-face. Sorry, online, online. Even at where I am, at Technical University, that's where I teach. We are doing courses online. Of course, students were telling me, no, let's do operational research face-to-face. I told them I'm not coming. Why? Why do you want to risk your life sitting next to somebody else from Homa Bay, where I come from, who I just come from Homa Bay? You don't know he has not gone for testing. Now you are sitting there smiling. Then you are finished. Online. If anybody wants to course face to face, please just go to the university if you just want to at the university environment. And I don't know if they allow you in there anyway, but they will. And then just sit in class. You love the experience of sitting in a university class, if that's the problem. Two, this course, some students are taking this course from all the way from, let me just see here. Some of them are not even here. Like last semester, we had 4 students who are not even in Kenya. And we're very happy. Very happy. Well, let me see whether is there somebody from away outside not from Kenya here? Anybody here in this class who is taking this course far off, somewhere somewhere else in Africa? Is anybody here? And this class, of course, is local. Last time we had 3. One was in Lagos, one was in Rwanda, one was in Burundi. Nice. Saved on airfare and even cost of living in Nairobi. Beautiful. So you also want that experience from other students. So it will be face to face. Online until the end of the semester. And you will not have a problem. I can tell you for a fact. I have the experience here. So we'll take 1 hour just to take you through. I'll just give you 5 minutes. You want to walk around a bit, just 5 minutes. Then you come back. Then I take you 1 hour only to take through the first lecture. Which you must do. It's introduction. It's actually under descriptive statistics, but we must do it. That will take you through, because that is really to remind you of what we have. So just take 5 minutes, then come back. Then we'll be done. So now this basically to bring to speed on the basic concepts that you require here in this course. This is what statistics is. There are two concepts here. There's a difference between a statistic and statistics. And you'll see what a statistic is. It's a branch of maths, basically. In mathematics, because I'm an applied mathematician. In mathematics, one of the key mathematical concepts we cover is statistics, both mathematical statistics, which is for mathematicians, and applied statistics. Applied statistics is in many areas. It's health statistics, it's business statistics, statistics for engineers, statistics for economists, statistics for biologists, many applications. For you, it's business statistics. And all those applications are not expected to derive statistical models, which we do in mathematics. Every model we'll do here, we'll derive them in maths. I'll only derive one, and that is in the area of regression, because that is important to show you how those variables are included in the model. But most of this will just use what we already derived in mathematics. So it is a branch of maths that will deals with data. Data. People say it's a science of data. Others, different thoughts, philosophers think it's an art of data. But generally it's a science. It's a science, basically. Now, this science involves collecting, classifying, summarizing, organizing, analyzing, and interpreting numerical and non-numerical information. There's a difference between data and information. Data are raw facts. If I asked you about your ages here, you will tell me your ages. You just name them. I'm 20, I'm 40, I'm 30, all of you. I record them in jumbled form. Then I try to organize them, classify them by gender. Then I get the average age for female, the average age for male. Then I say on average, females are younger than males, or vice versa. Or I do your ages by religious affiliation. Then I say Christians are generally older than Muslims. Now I'm getting information. For some use, I want to use this information for something. So I analyze it by something, or by county where you come from. I get the average age by county. Then I say, oh yeah, people from Homa Bay are probably younger than people from every other county. I can draw a graph to show that distribution. So now I'm getting information for some use, So information is generated for a purpose. You don't just generate it for the sake of it. Like in mathematics, we can generate information just for mathematical purposes. But in applied statistics or applied maths, we generate information to make a decision, which decision will inform some aspect of that organization or that application area. The standard methods for collecting data, you will do this in research methods, but there are standard methods for collecting data. We also have standard methods for analyzing data. We also have standard methods for interpreting information. Information is processed data. You collect data, you process it. How do you process data? You don't process data using a computer. No, that's no data processing. Data is processed using statistical techniques. So you use statistical techniques to process data into information. Now there are three statistical techniques that you use to process data. One is descriptive statistical techniques. The other one is inferential statistical techniques. The third one is predictive statistical techniques. You use those three to process data. That's how you process data. So when you're talking about data processing, we are not talking about using equipment. We are talking about statistical techniques to process data. Now, it therefore means that broadly, there are two categories of, so let's look at the key elements first. The first key element is an experimental unit, sometimes called a data collection unit. Is the object to which, upon which you collect data, the object. If I'm collecting data from you, I'm asking you about your gender, your age, your religious affiliation. You are the experimental unit. If I'm collecting data from USIU, I go to USIU, I check the number of students taking various courses at USIU. The organizational structure, the number of lecturers, tutorial fellow, assistant lecturer, senior, professor, then USIU. If I'm doing it across universities, then universities will be the experimental unit. If I'm collecting data from financial sector institutions, banks, if there are 52 banks, say, then the banks will be my experimental unit. That is the data collection unit, above the object upon which you are collecting data. Those objects, their numbers are known. The entire listing of all banks in Kenya is the bank population. The entire listing of all MFIs in Kenya is the MFIs population. Financial sector institutions, the population will be for the financial sector. It's all of them, including SACCOs. So it depends on your population that you are targeting. If you're targeting SACCOs, then SACCOs is your population. If you are targeting MFIs, then MFIs is your population. Targeting banks, commercial, they are Tier 1. If that's what you are targeting, Tier 1 will be population. So it's called the target population, a complete listing of the items of interest, the experimental units of interest. Then variable. Variable is a changing quantity or quality of an experimental unit. Age is a variable. Gender is a variable. It changes. Religious affiliation is a variable. Universities. Number of students take MBA. MBA strategy is a variable. MBA finance, a variable. But it is. So a variable is a changing quantity. If the changing attribute is a number, then it's a quantity. If the changing attribute is non-number, like gender, religious affiliation, sector where you work, your MBA specialization, because that also varies. Then those are qualitative variables, and we'll deal with them here. And you can enumerate. These concepts you must know. Without the knowledge of these concepts, you cannot do research. You will be doing research in a manner which you don't. In fact, you not even do these things in research methods. They'll assume you know them. So that when they're asking you, you're telling them that you're using qualitative variables, then they expect that you know them. They're supposed to do them there, but I know mostly they don't. So sample. In statistics, statistics allows you not to study the entire population because of obvious reasons. And those reasons will be there. You'll see them when we come to sampling. Statistics allows you to take part of the population, like if you are 40 here, I don't have to study all the 40. If I want to get the average age of this class, I don't have to ask every student. I can ask, say, 10 of you. I'm saying 10. As long as that 10 is representative, and we will see later on what representativeness means. Study that sample. Get the results of that sample. Use that result to generalize for the entire population. Like if I took 5 of you, I asked the 5 of you about your ages. You give me your ages of the 5. I get the average age of the 5. then I can say that on average, this class, the average age is 20. As long as that sample is representative. That's why you do probability, to ensure that your sample is representative of the population base, both in terms of size and attribute, that have included gender appropriately. If there are 20 males and 5 females, I must include them proportionately based on their numbers by weight in that population. Now that now will be represented. So in going forward, you will only be dealing with the samples. In fact, in test of hypothesis, you are not dealing with the population, you are dealing with the samples. That's what you test on. Then a statistic below there. A statistic is a descriptive measure of a sample. A statistic is a descriptive measure of a sample. Mean of a sample is a statistic. Standard deviation of a sample is a statistic. Mode of a sample is a statistic. If these measures are calculated based on a population, the entire population, if these measures, descriptive statistical measures, are calculated based on a population, the entire, then now they are not a statistic, or in plural statistics, they'll now be called parameters. So the mean of a population is a parameter. The standard deviation is a parameter if it's on a population. Mode, median, standard deviation, geometric mean, harmonic mean. If they're calculated based on the entire population, then they are called parameters. So those two terms are critical, especially when you'll be dealing with hypothesis testing. You use sample statistic to test for population parameters. You use sample mean to test for population mean. You use sample mode to test for population mode, etc., etc. Very important concept. So types of statistics. 1, descriptive. Here, these are all, and I mentioned them. There are 5. Summary statistics. The first case of summary statistics are measures of central tendency. Measures of central tendency. Number 1 is the mean, arithmetic mean. Then the mode. Then the median. Then the standard deviation. So then the harmonic mean. Then the geometric mean. All these are here in this course, and I will post them. Even though you're not going to take them, I will post all of them. Overview of descriptive statistical techniques, so to assist you in your assignment. So those are measures of central tendency as a summary statistics. Either summary statistics are measures of variability or dispersion. This includes the range, the standard deviation, then the interquartile range as measures of dispersion. Then the other summary statistics are measures of location. Measures of location. Summary statistics, measures of location, which includes the following. The median. Median is both a measure of central tendency and a measure of location. The quartiles, the deciles, and percentiles. Those are measures of location. Location is a point. Median is a middle point. A quarter is the quarter point. Decile is the 1/10 of a point. The percentile is 100th point of a point. So those are measures of location. Then measures of symmetry. Here we have skewness and kurtosis. Again, there's a presentation for skewness and kurtosis. These are all descriptive statistical techniques, summary statistics. All of those are summary statistics. So when you're dealing with summary statistics, you are dealing with all those 5. Measures of central tendency, measures of variability, measures of location, measures of symmetry. Therefore, that's the first group. The next group of descriptive statistical techniques are visualization techniques. Visualization. Here you have diagrams, and a visualization, diagrams. And then on diagrams, you have the following diagrams. You have the pie charts. You have the dot plot. You have box and whiskers. Box and whiskers. WHISKERS. Box and whiskers. You have the stem and leaf. Stem and leaf. They're in the assignment. Don't worry, in the assignment, you'll see them. Then you have simple bar diagram, multiple bar diagram, and the component bar diagram. All of those are diagrammatic data representation. And I've given you in your presentations when to use which one in research or in your presentations, when to use which one. These are the tools you're using to process data. All these techniques, descriptive statistical techniques you're using to process data. And then you have graphs. Graphs, you have the polygons, all frequency polygons, all of them. The normal distribution is a frequency polygon. The S-curve is a graph, among others. So those are the descriptive statistical techniques for processing data, which is in your assignment 1, and whose presentations I will put in week 1. All of them in week 1, because they're just basically overview. When you're doing assignment 1, you go to week 1, you will get all those presentations there, all of them. If I want to create week 0, so that you there I put for you with all this, I'll check. I can create week 0, I'll put for you all these overviews in the Blackboard, so that you go there and use them to do your assignment 1. This is assignment 1, types of statistic 1, descriptives. So I'm not bothered about it here. Then the key elements of descriptive statistics, the key elements of these ones, basically they are here. The same elements here. We just pick some of them that are appropriate to descriptive: population, variable, this descriptive, and then summary statistics. That is it. Just pick a few elements belong here. Some of these are the ones that belong here and the descriptive. Then types of statistics 2. Statistical inference or test of hypothesis. To infer is to deduce the behavior of the population parameter using sample statistic. I've just mentioned what a parameter is somewhere here, parameter and statistic. So to infer, you use the behavior of the population using sample statistic. So this is the population members. I've taken a sample of size 4. Size 4. I've calculated some statistic like the arithmetic mean. I want to deduce about the population mean, which is the parameter, using sample statistic, with, of course, with some likelihood of error, probability of that making a wrong decision. That's why you covered probability incidentally. There's a probability here. There's a likelihood that you will commit an error. And those errors you will see in the future, the types of errors you can commit when you are dealing with inferential statistics, and how to minimize those errors, especially in business statistics. Because for you, the objective is to minimize those errors in a manner that you can use to enhance your decision value, the value of your decision. So that's statistical inference, which is the main part. Actually, the 80% of this course will be just this, inferential. Then it's elements again. I'm not going to read that. You just pick a few of these and allocate them here. They're here. They're here. Here. We just added inferential issues, and then reliability, of the inference, which basically is the error minimization issues. Then data and the data sets. I'm not going to bother about the first one. The key thing here is variables. See, observations is observing. And to observe, to observe in business is different from observing in biology. When you observe in biology, you perform an experiment and you see a change, or chemistry, you see a change. Observing in business is basically recording. Like, your ages. I'll ask you about your ages. That I'm observing. I record. Here, there's no experiment, as it were. That's what observation is. Scales of measurement, I will deal with. Here, for the last part of this one, in detail. Qualitative or quantitative data. Here, I'll want to pick a pen and paper. Whether data is quantitative or qualitative depends on whether it was collected on a quantitative or qualitative variable. Whether data is qualitative or quantitative depends on whether it was collected on a qualitative or quantitative variables. I want you to create this structure for variables. Then you'll understand what quantitative data is. Just pick a paper. I'll classify variables. Then you will see how you classify data. A variable can be classified as either being quantitative or qualitative. And hence quantitative or qualitative data collected. So you only collect quantitative data for quantitative variables and qualitative data from quantitative variables. Now, quantitative variables can further be classified as discrete or continuous. Quantitative data variables, quantitative variables can further be classified as discrete or continuous. Discrete, where discrete variables are those that can take only whole number values. Discrete variables are those that can take only whole number values, data values. They can only take whole number data values. For example, number of customers in a waiting line in a banking hall, number of customers in a waiting line, or number of customers arriving in a queue, number of customers being served, number of students taking a course in every program, number of something can only be a whole number. You cannot have 1.5 customers or 1.5 students. Those are number of defective items in a production floor. Those are discrete. They can only take whole number values. While continuous quantitative variables can take all values in the number system, all values in the natural number system, all values. E.g., profit. You can have 1.5 million, that is a fraction, or you can have 1 million. Age, you can be 20 years old, or you can be 20 and a half, 2.5 years. In all those variables that can take all values, both whole number and fraction, are continuous variables. Very important classification. So that's how you classify quantitative variables further. Additionally, qualitative variables, qualitative now, can further be classified as either polycotomous, that's all right here, polycotomous, polycotomous, Polycotomous. 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 Or it's one L, dichotomous. Polycotomous or dichotomous. Poly means many, di means two. Cotomous means levels. So polycotomous variables are many levels. Religious affiliation is a variable. All of you, if I ask you what's your religious affiliation, you'll tell me you are either Christian, a Hindu, a Muslim, or other. Four. Those are four levels. That's poly. Sector where you work, you tell me I'm working in the financial sector, some work in agriculture, some work in. So if the variable is sector of employment, then I may have probably 5 sectors of employment. Your profession. If I ask you about your profession, you can tell me I'm an accountant, me I'm an HR specialist, me I'm whatever, mathematician, I'm a doctor, I'm an engineer, many levels. So I'll be choosing from out of say 5 levels. Those are polycotomous, examples of polycotomous qualitative variables, many levels. But in there are cases where you only have 2 levels. Gender, male or female, 2 levels. You cannot have more than 2 levels. Adoption of innovation. You know, you can only adopt or not adopt. If I asked you, pick your phone and check what sort of innovations you have adopted on your phone. Adopting means using. You adopt, upload, and use. You will have adopted or not adopted. You cannot tell me there's somewhere in between I'm considering. No, adopt, not adopt. Defective items in a production floor where it is an IT thing, you are modeling some of the IT. You check whether it's defective or non-defective. 2 levels. Those are dichotomous. 2 levels. Now, the type of these classifications have implications on how you analyze them. These classifications are critical on how you want to analyze them under inferential, under regression, all that. That's why it's important to know about these classifications. So this, you can now see that all of these qualitative variables will produce qualitative data. Will produce qualitative data of polycotomous and dichotomous type. All quantitative variables will produce quantitative data of discrete or continuous type. Lastly, variables can further be classified as either being dependent or independent. That is whether quantitative or qualitative, variables can further be classified as either being dependent or independent. Dependent variables are sometimes called outcome variables, while independent variables are sometimes called explanatory variables. Explanatory. They explain the behavior of the dependent variable. For example, we know that profit is influenced by the quantity produced and sold. If you're manufacturing, if you're a manufacturing firm and you're producing, say, physical items, whatever, then we know that the number of units produced and sold will affect the profit level accruing. So here it means that profit is dependent on quantity produced and sold. So in this case, profit is the outcome or the dependent variable. Quantity produced and sold is the independent or the explanatory variables. In future, when it comes to correlation, we'll tell you why they are called independent. We'll show you why they are called independent. Statistically, why they are called independent. I hope that's important. This, where I'm sticking here, is because of its value. The value of this slide here. And again, you go to your course text, read more about them. Nobody will ask you to explain these things in an exam. No, there are no stories in statistics. No stories. Nobody will tell you to define, differentiate, classify. No. Here, everything quantitative. But you'll be using these concepts. So these to me are not very critical. Not very critical. None. I've given it there. So I've given you variables. This one I've talked about. Talked about this. The other slide. Scales of measurement. Very important. This one now you keep like the Bible. Scales of measurement. It depends, and it depends on what I've just been discussing up here. Here, variables are here. Scales of measurement. This one, you always refer to this. Always. There are 4 levels of measurement, or scales. Sometimes called just levels of measurement. The lowest level of measurement is called ordinal level of measurement, producing ordinal data. The data that this data has, they are basically labels. The first thing, they are labels. Number 2, they are qualitative. They are non-number, not non-numeric. Gender is ordinal. Sector where you work is ordinal. Labels. Your religious affiliation is ordinal. The county where you're coming from, ordinal data. Because they're not numbers. Unless you indicate to me that your county of your home county, you'll tell me. Kiambu, Kisumu, Homa Bay, Mombasa. You cannot average them. You cannot add them. Then you say the average county is this. No, you can't. You cannot subject ordinal data to somebody's statistical analysis. You can only do median mode. The most frequent county in this class. The most frequent county in this class. Is it Nairobi? Is it Kiambu? Is it Kajiado? We can take the most frequent. So USIU can now target that county because the program is popular in that county, say. Student classification. Student classification. So now, next is ordinal. Ordinal. This one is error here. This is ordinal. Ordinal. Sorry, I was actually in ordinal. In fact, there's something missing here. Here. Sorry about this. Sorry about this. Nominal. Nominal. This is what I was discussing. Nominal. Nominal. What I was discussing there was nominal. I don't know why I was not reading this correctly. Nominal data. Nominal is the gender. Sorry, gender. You know. I don't know why it's disappeared to. I don't know why it disappeared. Deleted it. Nominal is what I meant by just being labels, you know, gender, you know, religious affiliation, you know, county, name, where you're coming from, you know, your sector of employment, your bank preference, is it equity, is it, you know, those ones, non-numbers. Next to nominal is the ordinal. They have the same property as nominal, meaning that they're also qualitative, but they are characterized by order. By order. Under ordinal, there is no order introduced. Like if I went to, I was at the university, then I stationed myself at the gate. Then I look at every student that comes, I ask them, what is your year of study? Some will tell me year 1. Some will tell me year 2, some will tell me year 3, some will tell me year 4. But we know year 2 is superior to year 1. Year 3 is superior to year 2. Year 4 to year 3. So there's some order. In research, the most commonly used ordinal data type is Likert scale. Likert scale, which you deal with research methods. Likert scale is ordinal. It's an ordinal data type, ordinal level of measurement. You're trying to indicate how significantly certain factors affect student performance. Then you say indicate 1, not at all. 2, less significantly. 3, significantly. 4, moderately. 5, very significantly. Extreme, that is order. That is ordinal. So when you're collecting data, you must know whether you're collecting nominal data type or ordinal data type. All of these are qualitative. There is no number here. You cannot average them. You cannot calculate summary statistics. We can only get some, like the mode. You can also draw graphs, diagrams, and you'll see that in your presentations. Then immediately after the ordinal, the next data type is interval. Interval, like age ranges, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40. Again, still qualitative, non-quantitative. So these first three are qualitative levels of measurement: nominal, ordinal, and interval. The last one is called scale or ratio. Scale or ratio. Ratio type of scale, sometimes also just called scale. In fact, in SPSS, it is basically called scale. When you see scale in SPSS, because all these levels are there in SPSS, because SPSS expects you to indicate your type of variable before you analyze data, whether it is nominal, whether it is ordinal, whether it is interval, whether it is scale. You must choose, you must set it up there, which of course Excel cannot allow you. That's one of the major limitations of Excel, data analysis toolpack. That's its first limitation. It does not allow you to define your levels of measurement, which has implications on the results you get. So ratio or scale, these are all quantitative variables, data types, whether discrete or continuous. Discrete, I talked about discrete and continuous. Whether discrete or continuous, those are the ratio type of levels of measurement. And I've given you some of them there: distance, height, weight, time, profit, blah, 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 etc., etc. All quantitative are ratio type. All quantitative are ratio type. Now I'll mention here, and this one you need to note as we go. In Excel, so in SPSS, when you're defining your variables, the first thing you have to indicate is whether your variables are qualitative or quantitative. Just note this, because that's why I'm doing this slide. This lecture is better. In Excel, so in SPSS, we don't have qualitative to choose, because then you just choose, indicate which one. In SPSS, instead of qualitative, we have the choice of string. String is the same as qualitative, string. So in SPSS, when your variable is qualitative, like if your variable was gender, then you indicate its type will be string. Then you go and to indicate its level of measurement will be nominal. If your variable was level of education, level of university education, then the type will be string still, because it's qualitative. Then now we go to scale, you choose ordinal. If your variable was age group, then your type will still be string. Then you go and choose what? Interval. There's no interval there. You will still just choose nominal. But if your variable is profit, then you will choose quantitative. Numeric, actually, numeric. That's the word, numeric, not quantitative, numeric. Numeric is equivalent to quantitative. Then you go to the other side, you'll choose scale, not ratio. In SPSS, it is scale. I hope I'm clear. We are not theorizing, but you'll see it there when we go there in SPSS. Are we here?
Yes, we're here.
Good. You'll see them there. So I've talked about all this. I can tell you. Talked about all that. Data sources. Data sources. Data sources. Existing data sources are called secondary data sources. They are here. Don't spend a lot of time because you do these research methods. Government agencies like in Kenya, the Kenya Bureau of Statistics. I know now it's not called Kenya Bureau of Statistics. Data sources. You go to organizations, you have got organizational data. They are there. Data sources. They are there. It's will do inside research methods. I don't want to bother about to belabor it. But now, COVID, because of COVID, where are data sources now, which is also a business opportunity for serious people, is internet and the database data sources, these ones. In Kenya, again, central bank database. Central bank, you will go to a data source which is authenticated and not any data source. Central bank data source. Kenya, the insurance regulatory authority database. RBA database. KRA database. Safaricom database. If you want M-Pesa related financial, central bank, you choose a database which is authenticated. For marketing students, we have a marketing database. For microfinance database. They are there, which have been cleared, and you can use them in your research. And this is now where the business opportunities are, because COVID is going nowhere. And most researchers will simply be here on internet and other electronic databases. Statistical studies, I don't want to bother about that. Applications of statistics. I mean, these are stories in the area of finance. This is just to show you that statistics has wide applications in your areas: accounting, finance, marketing, strategy, economics, name them. That's what the purpose of this slide here. There's nothing else really. You don't have to read, and read that. So basically, that is the introduction. We just to make this course a bit juicy. Any question, please? Any question? Good. So there's no question. We're done today. Yeah? We're done. Next time, probability and probability distributions. Any clarification you require? Good. So Njeri, you don't include me in that WhatsApp, My phone is on the Koza, but I'll write my phone here. You send me your phone, I will send you this presentation.
Okay.
And you can send to your colleagues. I've seen you posted 293, 891. So send me a text. I will send you this presentation once recorded, converted. Now again, those who have just come late, I told you we agreed that going forward you get used to using your laptop, and because that's really it, and use your phone with disastrous consequences. Nobody will stop you. So Stephen Makori.
Yes.
Your hand is up.
Yeah, just I wanted a clarification on the bit where the exams is you're not typing or anything like that, but writing and scanning. So during the exam, how many minutes do you have to scan it?
Yeah, it will be there. That's a good question, a beautiful question. But why are you anticipating the future, my brother? You are covered. You are covered. You will see in the paper written that we have given you so many minutes for logistics. You will see it there.
Yeah.
You will see these things there. But I can tell you, by the time you have submitted your assignments to this course,
yeah,
by the time the semester is ending,
yeah,
life will be so easy that you'll be shocked. Too easy. You will see. But it's a good question, and a good question. The only thing I know that because me, I'm very clear. I tell you the experiences. I give you the experiences. The only thing I know is that when you are scanning, scan a clear document. Clear. Eh? Clear means that it's readable by you yourself. Eh? Because
Right.
I know of a case where students have scanned very dark things, very dark things, dark. You can't see. They don't tell you, no, I scanned the wrong thing. That was really dark. And they call you following day. You know, the fellow was doing an exam the whole night. Others had stopped. Some of them have just scored what they could have scored, isn't it? But the other one, the fellow was doing an exam overnight, taking dinner, coming back. Then now you sent him the correct one. Those are questions that you ask, and I think I like them. So the instructions are there instantly. Even how to submit is there. We'll repeat them. Even how to submit. We know you know, but we'll still remind, because this is online. We'll still remind you to submit, to go here, do this, do that. We'll remind you. So that's a good question. Elizabeth.
Yes, on the same note.
Yes.
I'm just imagining in an exam situation where you've been doing an exam.
Yes.
And I suppose most of the people are doing this from their houses, because some of us are working from the houses.
Yes.
And most likely some people don't have scanners in the house. Are we supposed to invest in a scanner, or what would you advise?
Which phone? Do you have a phone?
Yeah, I have two phones. I have an iPhone.
Which
and
one?
I have.
Yeah, then you have a phone. You know,
I have an iPhone.
Don't buy anything. Don't buy anything. If you go to your phone, your phone,
Yeah.
And you gotta do that now, as time goes by, Go to your phone,
Yeah.
go to Google Play,
Yeah.
Download the scanner. There are many, and they're free. Download a scanner. Download even 2 or 3 of them, Practice with them. Don't go to complicated ones, Simple, simple scanner, easy scanners. They are there, and they'll show you how to do a continuous scan. A good question. So it means that if you don't have if you don't have a phone like a phone, I'm talking about a phone. Buy a phone. Not these ones of M-Pesa agents. Download a scanner. But if you have a scanner in the house, beautiful. But you don't have to buy a scanner. Just use your phone. Incidentally, even all these things I'm talking about, you're using your phone. You remember? And to do a clear scan, you must have a clear background anyway, isn't it? You know, that's why to avoid that's why you need to practice these things. It's not just this course. I can tell you, it's not just this course. Me, I'm just telling you general things, for all other courses that you're going to take by submit by submission, so that you get used to them. So download 3 scanners, then choose the one you are at home with. Then you will be fine. So don't spend your money on scanners. Now, the other thing is that, the exam the exams normally are proctored using Zoom. Through Zoom, proctored using Zoom. You know what proctoring means? Proctoring means that we'll invite you through Zoom. I will invite you here. I can tell you. I will see you here. But somebody usually seeing you from your side. Somebody seeing you. They see you from the background. You know that, proctoring, and they record. They record these things. They tell this is what the professor was seeing. This is what we are seeing. Is this your student? Yes. Is this? Yes. Is this a background? Yes. Gone. So it is easier to do an exam face to face, rather than somebody big brother looking. Nobody should hide these things from you. Nobody, isn't it? You should be told what to anticipate, so that you don't say that, no, me, I was not told that somebody is looking at me, that I'm being recorded, that now these things are going to be reviewed. We audited them. Last week we had a meeting at the university. We were doing it with the last semester exams. Not my exam. A student is there. Somebody is taking tea behind the student and just telling, this is, I think it was strategy or something. The fellow just skills with another laptop there. So a big brother is watching you. You know me, I just sit here with you. I'm just telling you now, can you now turn around? Can you check now? Can you start? That's all I can do in Zoom proctoring. Because there's no responders here in this one. Then now the big brother, now they will come and tell me that, my brother, you did a good job. You proctored properly. This is our report. And this is our analytics. And then the analytics show that Elizabeth was enjoying Elizabeth.
Yes.
You getting what I'm saying?
Yes, I can get you.
So there's a big brother, and then there's basic. Blackboard has serious analytics. That of course you don't view them. For us, we view them, and we view them when we are called now to say whether this student we can give you the benefit of doubt, or we just. I tell them that in academic there is nothing called sympathy. Because why are you sympathizing with Elizabeth when Anthony Njau sat there, did the exam the normal way, then got 70? You know, 70 is what? 70 is a C. You know that,
Yeah.
But you are getting an A, isn't it? And your brother got C, but just doing an exam normal way. Is it fair? Is it fair? No. Just put your hands down, Elizabeth. I think. But those things you must be told. I think they will tell you, ITP will tell you. They should tell you these things. So that I told them, always tell students what to expect. Don't hide these things, because you shock them. They argue thinking that you don't have information. Just tell them the information you have. Why are you hiding from them? Tell them what you have, so that they know what to expect, so they can also take precaution. You don't want to invest in what you already know is going to be disastrous. So that's a good question, really related, and I think important to note. So don't invest in a scanner, my sister. Just use what you have and use always practice. Ensure when you're practicing, see the quality of what you are scanning is okay. The best way to do this is always do a paper, an exam on a clear paper. A clear paper, not colored, not colored paper. Just white or full scan. It's good. Yeah, then you are safer. So that's fine. Any other question, please? So if not, then we think we are done today. I will send you this today. So Jerry, you send me your number. I will send you this one here today. Maybe this one a small one. I will deal with it now. So you can leave after registering.
Thanks, Prof. Stay.
If you get fat, you eat.
Unatengeneza wewe uko ya finger. Ya finger.
Kama hiyo wanipatia ball.
Wanakupatia
Ball ya physio.
ball.
Eh.
Ball gani hiyo?
Ball.
Kabla chai. Squeeze.
Inaitwa squeeze ball.
Lakini chai.
Unataka master zama na brother. Mungu ndio tutakamoja. Hapo ndio. Kama chaida. Na tunikuwa na haja kwa kesi kama chaida ndio. Hey, Kelly. Somebody's flying. Hey, I need to stop. Charlie, you know what, 10 years? See. I'm working. You have to 14 hours. Yeah. They got two bodies. It used to be Charlie. Get on your property. That was a right move. Something you ordered some us. Your father to tell me about? Tell me about the wall. Very clean. There was no damage to left or right of the glass. The item that the Jews set it off was intact inside the C4, so the arming device was vaporized. Brilliant and totally professional. Gotta get that. That is good, Joe. You could put a bomb in your trash, though, they wouldn't even know. You can't kill anybody with AO. Until we know who he is, can you? Important thing to find out who he works for. Maybe he works for the CIA, maybe he works for the mafia, the Italians, I don't know. Well, we have to find out who, okay? We have to ask ourselves, what does eliminating Charlie do? Nothing. Less. So this target wasn't territorial. It was personal. Fuck you know so much. Yes. Let me take a couple of boys. I'll find out who's best. No, wait a minute. Give me a second. Bill Packard, Okay. You take over, okay? I said Trent will handle it, okay? I don't hear you saying okay. What would you say? Okay, that's nice, thank you. I'm gonna need resources on this, Joe. Also, the place is crawling with cops. You can't be tripping over fucking civil servants every move at night. I need total control. Okay, well, I will take care of that.
I saw it on the news. You got the first
Well, I'm just doing my job. You gotta stick away from the other two.
one. Okay. Set them free.
No, just stay away from this guy. The future's better.
Guns.
So part of the work.
Do you think about me? I think about you. My personal ghost. Arranging it. You can be
You are a beautiful woman. But I don't meet. This is a rush.
when you're gonna do it.
Soon. Very soon.
Amigos. Thank you, Lord, Chief of Police. Brent is going to work with us on this problem. He was a former employee of the CIA, and he is an explosive expert, and I think that he can be a leader. I don't know. Become very public. I'm sure you want to keep a low profile. Yeah. It's hard for them to go unnoticed, you know what I mean? But, I think it's more involved with keeping a low profile. I should say that I'm the one you can trust. Worker. Take him out clean. Our bomb boys, some of the best in the world. They better be fucking efficient. Because this is one very important. Okay, come on, stop that. This is serious, right? Don't you two start. We're here to find a way to protect the business. Don't forget that. Is that understood? I have to tell you. This one is non-negotiable. Hasta luego. Amigos. Go. Sí. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Your best to make this thing look. Do that. Do not forget. Okay. Danny. It's poor, but it sounds good. Hey, come on. Come on. What are you doing here? Let's look alive, huh? What do you got? We're looking into everyone at the party. We have complete background check, okay? Say what? I'll handle the biography. You go back to Tracy's before. Chief says you're on this? Fine. But I don't take orders from any anything. Right? X. I gotta tell you something. And I'm sorry, but I thought your chief said that the fullest cooperation would be forthcoming. And I gotta tell you something. This doesn't feel like full cooperation. I mean, look at this shit. What is this? This is in the locker? I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. You guys are the experts. Maybe you don't need. I mean, like, what is this? This is Am I right? This area code, whole building can go up. Am I right? Gosh, I don't know. I mean, but this is. What else do we have? Oh, this is a hundred indicator. Am I right? That's a little mini receiver. You know, this is like American surgery. I gotta tell you, call me a patriot, an American craftsmanship, greatest in the world. Here we go. Yep. Perfect. Good. First time, every time. Screw it on, and one little twist. Voila. Receiver. Which of course. That's the breakfast. But hey. 20 seconds and we're hot. Okay. Yeah. Okay, you could not shit it. Okay. Huh? Come on. Okay, you went to a point, all right? Huh? Okay, that's enough. Enough. You think I give a shit if this whole fucking block goes up? I know. You've had enough. Isn't that what you're saying? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Enough is enough. Huh? I can't do it. You crazy or something? 6, 5, 8. That is it. You take care of this shit. really like it. That's what you used to.
Well, the next time we order it, I want to consider it.
Like,
Let's change that.
should over it.
Wait a minute. You're the boss count, you know? It's,
No, I have something else for you. Hey, buddy. How much that? It could be a bomb. Hey. Just wait to park my fucking car. Sure, I didn't park the car. All right. Okay. Right. What? Right back. Solo quiero darlo, ¿eh? Solo quiero la tuya. Solo quiero darlo. There's lots of sense in humor. Shut up. I created it. Now you're supposed to add him up, Bill. You get just 3 courses, I get right quick. That was the part. You outdid your youth. That's possible?
Es un giorno di animazione ci stanno abbastanza non è quel caso che ha sviluppato e chi è per la sua persona. Perché è corretto. E da lì va. Fatto quello che c'è di più. Come ci deve watch your parents die. Take it easy, hot chat. I'm just checking up on. Got it. What the hell I'm trying to do? That's what. What's the first? Door-to-door search. My father.
I think I'm using the software for this stuff. I think Jeep Nova, no?
What you say? So what's your score now? Like what's in your hand?
Excuse me. Ningejaribu. Please. Sijui. Tuangalie. Tuangalie tiketi hiki. Sasa pia sinawaka mazee na zimi kwa dipi wash. Ishawiezi. Stay connected. Najalipa. Unauliza. Ninakaa. Next place on give me that London. Next place on. Alisha maliza. Mchanga. Oh. Nende hapa kupigwa service brother. Hajafika mileage. Tumeenda sisi tulikuwa tunaenda kuangalia hiyo maji angaliwe maji ya gari. Mzee sasa akaangalia pia oil filter. Akasema hiyo inafaa kubadilishwa Sunday, inafaa kupigwa service as soon as possible juu. Hapo kwa dashboard pia kuna hiyo engine light. Imewaka orange. Na roho inaniambia hiyo light ifike kwa hapo. Sasa akapigia Elvis. Sasa ndio kujua Monday. Ndio itakujua Monday. Sharon. Nisema mbaya. Sema mbaya. Sasa ndio mamio. Tunaenda. Sijui sasa ndio mama kama alafu tujue. Wewe umeshaambia Sharon? Umeshaambia Sharon? Sharon? Nilikuwa ngoja ile tuna nini, juzi ile tuna nini? Mama pika yetu hapa basi. Mazee kwa hivi bike mazee na nini? Ndio kwa hivyo bana ni likely mazee kuitoboa. Ndio mama kwa disco. Ndio ndio sasa. Ati? Sawa. Disco. Disco. Sasa ni bisho jalipo. Utamchapia? Sasa sijui sasa. Kama ndio nikizungumza tena. Nikile zinaunga zilikuwa wapi? Alafu nikamwambia tena. Nasema ya ino. Zote ngoja tu. Akivieze. Ndio mtext tena. Utaangalia kama face to face. Sasa nishamfanyisha mwisho jana. Kwa mmoja natoka. Wewe next. Pesa yake. Pia akachukua. Hivi. Nani ndio baba? Wewe anaanza kutatu.